right, guys. Let's go. Can you hear me? Is everything working? I'm streaming today like from the computer here, from my computer and not from the render from my render setup. Because I had to play with that like last week and I would basically tear it all up. I've torn it like all apart. And now I thought, okay, I'd start streaming just on this computer. I have to set up OBS and everything, but it works. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Working great. Thank you so much. Then let's go and have some fun. Again, I'm starting from this head. I just really like this base head, demo head female from the projects that ZBrush has. So I just like having something to start from. I mean, like, I'm basically getting rid of most of it anyway and then sculpting it again, but it's just, you know, to not start with a sphere. Don't lose time on that. I mean, you can, it's good practice to start with a sphere and take it from there, but I just want to have some fun here and not focus too much on like technicalities of like how to sculpt a proper head, proper proportions and everything. I just want to have fun. And I mean, I think this is I get the question a lot where people ask, how do you actually get better? How do you practice for yourself? And a big portion of it, I think, is not to overthink it, is to find this kind of, like I'm doing right now, find this kind of area where you're just having fun, where you just enjoy and don't think about the technicalities too much. When I started learning ZBrush, I did weird looking creatures pretty much every day because it was easy to do. It was easy to set up. Hey, welcome, Millie. Hope you're having a great Sunday so far. Let's Dynamesh this, right? Probably easier. We don't need most of the detail. We just sculpt this ourselves. The goal of this personal project here on stream is to have fun. And that's really what I wanted to say, right? When I started sculpting, I did like all these kind of creatures. And when you go back on my Instagram, like for like a lot, to like 2017, you see like a lot of creatures. And some of these creatures I sculpted in like, I don't know, an hour or two before I got to work. And I think it's so important to like, yeah, find this kind of space where you're just having fun. Because, and I think this doesn't only apply to ZBrush. You have to find a way to spend a lot of time with this software or whatever you want to learn, right? You have to find a way to be able to spend a lot of time without thinking about, oh my God, I have to learn this or I have to learn that. No, just spend time in the program and have maximum amount of fun. And then you'll be able to like stick to it because it's very, very hard if every time you open a 3D program, then it's kind of practice, you know, oh, I have to practice now, I have to get better now. But I think it's dangerous to kind of overthink that. I think it's very good if you just have this kind of mindset of, yeah, let's have some fun. Yes, exactly. Imagine playing football like as a kid or basketball or whatever, and you just did it to have fun, but then you did it over the years and you became really good. And maybe at some point you started playing in a club with other players who've done the same, started as a hobby. And I think it's good to start any skill in a similar kind of way. Yes, exactly, you know? You just play with friends, you have a good time. And you don't worry. You don't worry about it being a particular skill or anything. You're just having fun. And the problem with like learning a software is like people, it's like, oh my God, I have to learn this, I have to do that. And you will probably get frustrated pretty fast because there is so much you have to learn. And there's so much that will kind of stop you from building, modeling, rendering something, right? Because there's so much you have to pick up. But if it's just fun and if you allow yourself to like take your time, I think this can only help you a lot. Don't rush it. Don't try to rush it. I think that's like the main takeaway. Okay, maybe let's give her some kind of code or something right off the bat. Let's take the sphere I created here and we'll just create a very quick code from it. Maybe give it the color. Same for the face, just white. And let's make the code darker like that. Yeah. It actually looks funny with like these little I missed your everyday's quote. Yeah, I'm such a sucker for quotes. I admit that. I think it's just amazing that sometimes people like are able to like, you know, say something and it's so powerful and like sticks with you and you maybe think about it for months. It can change, it just can change everything. It can change your whole perspective on what you're doing right now. Or maybe sometimes you read something, then you read it again, and you read it again, and you read it again, you know, and only after you heard it, like for the 10th time or so, then it actually clicks. Then you actually, for the first time, understood it. It's the same with quotes, I feel like some stuff you don't understand, you're not prepared to understand it. It takes time. It's like when you recommend a book to a friend. Maybe this friend is simply not ready for this kind of message or for this book, or maybe you loved it, but you know, for them it was weird. I don't like that. Where's my epic pen tool? Epic pen. I just love this one so much. Where is it? There is it. Now I can draw. Nice. I also miss kind of miss doing everydays on Instagram. I probably get back to it like after the project, you know, having like smaller projects, smaller, faster projects where you can like just iterate through. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Nox, what's that in your face, bro? You know, to be honest, like to be really honest, I just don't have any shaving foam anymore. So I look like a pirate now. Yeah, this app is called Epic Pen. It helps a lot. Sometimes when I look at what I'm doing, I just activate this one and you can, you know, pick a color and just draw on top and kind of figure out what you're doing with your design, or kind of, I don't know, highlight some shapes you just created and be like, is this interesting? Could this be like improved? I really like having this kind of pen tool to go like a little back and forth while sculpting. For example, here to make the silhouette a little more interesting. I don't know. Let's just make this a little spiky. Looks a little more dangerous now. But again, there is no big plan or anything. It's just having fun and keep keep exploring. Maybe a little lighter gray here for this one. Yeah, maybe let's copy this and then do something for the head as well. I don't know what to be exact. Yeah, let's copy this. Maybe we can create some kind of hood. Actually like this shape. I'm also like a big fan of just taking stuff, rotating it and seeing what it does. I think our brain has a really hard time to process rotation. So every time I rotate something, it kind of surprised me of what it does. Because it's hard to wrap your head around somehow. And that's why I really enjoy like just taking something that you've already created and rotating it around, seeing what it can do. And the good thing is that when you do that, you're kind of copying something that you've already designed, you know? I mean, yeah, there's not much design going on in this headpiece, but overall, there were like some little elements in it that you just copied, and this also helps in like making your design more coherent or like work better together instead of mixing and blending like too many styles. So if you copy certain assets that already have the design language you established, then that can really help. I haven't heard of this tool from, what's it called? Power Toy. What does it do? Yeah, now it looks like an afro. I don't know. Let's copy this again. I don't want her to be bold. Maybe we rotate it again and see if we can get some more happy accidents. Kind of like this is quite big like that. And then mirror and weld. Whoop. Whoop. Almost looks like a demon now. Whoa. But I'm a fan. Can we turn that into something? Mirror and weld. Actually have to activate symmetry here. I am Pesk. Hey bro, what's up? There's a hole in your wall. Yeah, I got really mad at some point and was really frustrated, you know. Normally I'm a very nice guy, but this kind of got to me. Hey, let's get back to this piece. She still looks like she's bold. I don't want that. Guys, by the way, if you don't know what I Am Fesk is doing, definitely check him out on Instagram and Twitter. He's an amazing artist. Does some really cool stuff. You should definitely check him out. How you doing, mate? What are you up to? Chilling on a Sunday or? Thanks, Daddy. Man, I can't wait to just get back to everydays, dude. You know, it can be stressful. I totally get it. But I've worked like on a single project for so long that it will be good to just dive into some new stuff every day. Just have some fun. Don't think too much about like production or production processes, and it will be nice. But I'm also looking forward to finish the project right now. Like Last Topium was like crazy. Definitely learned a ton. And the good thing about like client work is that when you come back to your own personal work, then you kind of see that you've grown and all the stuff that you've learned. So I'm really looking forward to this kind of process of me like realizing all the stuff that I've learned, probably subconsciously, over the last few months. Climb projects are great to push you to learn new shit. Yeah, 100%, right? They definitely push you out of your comfort zone. I mean, I like these comfort sculpts I'm doing here on stream. And like I said, they have a different purpose. They have the purpose of just, it's like repeating your fundamentals like over and over and over again. And then you have done it like so much that your fundamentals are just strong and they will never be gone. You will always be strong at, you know, like, I don't know, polygon modeling or like the basic sculpting tools, just because you have like the mileage, because you did it so much. Ah, Nico, thanks. That sounds really good. Just to have like more options for your workspace. Okay. So I'm feeling arms for this one. So let's just get some arms in here. I think we even have like a brush for that, right? B insert body parts or so it's called. Where are you? Insert body parts. Let's save. Just to be safe, on the safe side. What do we call it? I have to make a new folder. Okay. Let's call this female bust super creative. But it's saved. All right. I need some arms. That's a male arm. That's a female arm. Let's see. Split unmasked points. Seems a little too small. I don't think I want the full arm. Let's close holes here and just get rid of the upper part. Delete hidden, close holes again. Okay. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, right? He has found like a very cool style for himself to explore. And I think for artists, this is like very important, right? You have to focus somewhere. And at some point you've made, or you've seen like so many things and you've tried so much stuff that you kind of know of what you enjoy most. And then you're able to do just that and go like really deep. And this actually helps you to develop a style, but takes a lot of time and probably just playing with the stuff that you enjoy most. That's the awesome thing about art, right? You just keep doing the stuff that you enjoy most. See what comes out of it. You basically just do it for yourself in the first, right? It's to feel good, it's to have fun. So how do we make this look like, okay, that's also interesting. Maybe some kind of foreshortening effect here. Because before it looked like she has very short arms. This is not working. Okay. I like palms up much better. And let's keep this for now, I guess. maybe we can take these and rotate them a little more upwards so that you can see the arm underneath, like so. I'll keep them like that for now. Okay. Strong woman. Yeah, I like to portray the woman I sculpt with some kind of this. They look fierce most of the time. I don't want to go like too cute for some reason. Especially if you stylize it. I don't want to go into this kind of cartoon comic style. Pixar, big eye, like way, like too big eyes, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I'm a big fan of what Pixar and Disney are doing with like the animated movies overall, but I'm not a big fan of this like crazy style with like these super big eyes and everything and super weird proportions. I know. All right. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. I'm a fan. How is your sculpting coming along, Nico? Didn't you say that you wanted to get into sculpting as well? Like I saw your stuff on Instagram. Yeah, I got that. I got that. I wasn't able to make the chat visible for everyone, like in the stream. I had like a cool overlay, but this is all like on the other computer. I wasn't able to set that up properly, but that will be back next time. All right. Maybe we can make these shapes work together a little better. This is also like something, and when people like see designs that are already done, or like same for drawings, right? When you see it done, then you think, oh my God, how can anybody like do this? But like one step at a time, adding complexity as you go. And of course, in the end, you come up with something that you probably couldn't have imagined because you can only imagine stuff so far. Or you are like a savant and like plan it all in your head. But for most people, that's not how it works. You have to start somewhere. I did some sculpts when I had a nice geo to work with, and then I wanted to add details that I couldn't do. To note displacement and stuff. Yeah, well, you have to figure out like the proper workflow of adding details and when to add details. And I talked to people like who are illustrators and who are now getting into 3D as well, because it's just super powerful tool for illustrators as well, right? To get into 3D. I mean, you don't have to be perfect, but it definitely helps. Same for if you're a 3D guy, I think it definitely helps if you can draw a little, you can paint over your stuff, or I don't know, I think it just helps. But yeah, they also told me that for them, the hardest part is to kind of understand when to go like from one stage to another, right? How do like subdivisions work? How do UVs work, when do you unwrap, how do you add details, and when does all of this kind of make sense. And that's the part, like, ZBrush is very cool and very intuitive, but you have to have like good fundamentals to understand what all the tools do. I mean, you don't have to if you're just, sculpting and you're just enjoying the process. But when you actually want to have like a good workflow, you have to understand what like all these things do. Like at first it's cool not to know that, if we look at the polygons here, they're very dense, right? But I think it really helps to know that when you have, when you're drawing with a bigger brush with like sculptures, that you have less polygons. What does it actually do to have less polygons? What's the difference between Dynamesh and Sculptris Pro and all these little things? If it comes to like a good workflow, then all of a sudden these become very important. Because once you understand them, and then the whole workflow makes much more sense as well. But you should probably focus first on just sculpting and just having fun and trying to push that as fast as possible. And then when you have some kind of comfort zone, then you can definitely like look a little more into like the technical side of things. Okay, I feel I'm getting like too hung up on this like one piece, so I switched to another. There's also something I really like doing, that if I feel like I'm spending too much time on a single thing without it having like a big impact, I'm switching to another subtool. This kind of helps me to not like dump an hour into moving things from left to right without them having like any real impact. I like all these round shapes, but I feel like there has to happen something up here that is not round, so we have like a nice contrast again. Something, I don't know what, but just to make the overall shape more interesting. For now it looks like very wobbly and boring. I'm just trying to understand what I'm doing here and what kind of shapes I've created. Yeah, but that's inevitable. When you start sculpting, it's inevitable that you will run into problems and into stuff that you can't solve. And the most important part is to be able to kind of push through this frustration. And that's why it is so important to already have like common ground with a program. If you already enjoy the program and then you are frustrated and then have to all of a sudden like figure stuff out for yourself, then it's easier to overcome it. But if you only get frustrated in a program, then very soon, you will stop using it. So this is why I think you need like some common ground first. Hey there, Rabo. What do you use to paint on your screen like that? That's a little tool called Epic Pen. So you can make screenshots and draw with like some color you pick here to become more aware of what thing. I do this all the time to see like what my shapes do and how my edges flow, just to kind of understand what I'm drawing, because sometimes I just do it to have fun and explore shapes, and then drawing on top of it helps to get like a better grasp. I want to make it's not only, I mean, it's fun, but it's also a design process, and I kind of have to understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Not like 100% of the process. This is like, I want this to be like very playful. But I also like feel in terms of design, it's about making conscious choices. And if it's not like conscious choices, then it's just random stuff you put together. Awesome. Thank you. You're very welcome, mate. I like to come with a software with an idea, reference images and stuff, knowing that I will need to. Yeah, this is also good to be like prepared to know what you want to do, and then take it from there. I often use reference images as well, but I don't use them when I'm trying to figure out the concept. When I'm in concept phase, I want to be like very, very free and not think about technicalities at all. And then later on, when I feel like, okay, I need more, I don't know what this looks like, or my visual library is simply not enough to sculpt a certain thing, then I'll do some more research. And then I really love using Pure Ref. Very cool program to like organize your visuals, your resource images. Yeah, I do that. I tend to ignore that way too often, and then I realize I just doodled half an hour for nothing. Yeah, exactly. I've been there a lot. And it's also perfectly normal that you spend hours doing something and then it doesn't work, or it doesn't work out, it doesn't look good. I've been there also like so many times, especially when I started posting stuff on Instagram. It was very hard to just come up with stuff every day and make it kind of look good. This was also crazy practice, right? Because then you kind of learn what you have to do to make it work anyhow, or to design on the get-go. When I was studying, I always hated watching people, and then they did not explain their design workflow, and they just sculpted something like super amazing without like being able to explain why they did it and how they did it and the kind of decisions they made during the process. I hated that. I said, come on, tell me. But then I realized later on that they don't know. Because even like a lot of great designers, they do all these decisions subconsciously. It's all experience. But I'm trying. I'm really trying to put what I do into words. So that if somebody asks me like, why did you do it like this? Or how does this kind of design choices, or what the design choices you made, then I want to have an answer. You found your favorite software. What's that? I mean, this is also great. We have so many cool software packages that you can just find something that works best for you. It's perfectly fine. I think I have to create a hotcase soon for this kind of paintbrush. I really enjoy. I really enjoy drawing on this stuff. Why is it not working? Did I pick the wrong color? Excel. The world's most scary software. That was a good one. Houdini. I understand. Houdini is crazy powerful. But also appears to be like very technical. I'm not that much into simulations. Maybe at a later stage, but right now there's so much I want to learn. I want to definitely learn more Marvelous Designer. I really enjoy creating cloth. And I also want to get more into Substance Painter. I really enjoy painting on my 3D models, and I have to work on a better workflow for creating quick and efficient UVs and then just painting on top. I think this is very, very important to me. It's just something I really enjoy. I try to go with trying to just find out what I enjoy most. And I'm always amazed, like, okay, like Houdini is like one thing, but when I started learning Marvelous Designer, you would think that, you know, nowadays with like all the options we have, there would be like so many tutorials and it should be like so easy to learn the software. Then I was kind of amazed how hard it was to find good content where you could learn it. I still remember, like, for Cinema4D, reading books, actually reading books about stuff to learn Cinema4D. Or the manual. Okay, I really like what I'm having here so far, but the arms don't work that much. I like the hands, though. Do I keep the hands and remove the... Whoops. Wrong subtool. And remove the arms. Oof, just checked out the price of Marvelous Designer. I don't actually know. I bought it some time ago, and I think I haven't upgraded for quite some time. Hey, Anna. Welcome. And these books were expensive? Yeah, they were really expensive. I think I had like 3, 4 books about Cinema4D, and like all of these were given to me as like birthday presents and stuff. Imagine being a kid and then you ask your family to buy you Cinema4D books. Yeah. I was such a nerd. I am still a nerd. I like being a nerd. Damn, girl, what do I do with your hands? Ooh, maybe. Again, guys, rotation. It's so hard to think in rotation, but this could work. Split. Let me just take the hand. Hands, those are clearly ears. We can put them there. We can do that. Oops. I like this. Let's see if we can work with that. Maybe in another pose. Let's save, by the way. This could be very cool to like generate some cloth later on here. Let me duplicate this, move it down. Somewhere I get the feeling of elephant tusks. Ooh, maybe we add some elephant tusks. I like that idea, actually. This could also be like some kind of coat. +1 for elephant tusk idea. Elephant tusks. I know it's super quick and dirty. Doesn't work at the back here at all, but let me worry about that later. Maybe this is already too much. Yeah. No, let's abandon this idea. But we wanted elephant tusks, so let's just merge this very quick. Merge visible. And just send it over to ZBrush. Decimate. Because 700,000 polys is quite a lot. I just decimate this one really quick. And then I just do the tusks in Cinema4D. I think it's easier for me to set them up there. Okay. Decimate current. I don't care about losing the poly paint here. I just want to send it over to Cinema4D really quick. Go Z. And +1 for the hood and the coat. If I do a full coat, this becomes like, maybe not, maybe. But I don't know if I would do this on stream. Because I think I'm still too slow in a Marvelous Designer. Okay. And I use my single screen so you guys can follow along. Do a quick render here. Get a better idea. Oh, nope. Oop. Let's set this up really quick. Interesting. I just love the look of a clean model without any materials. Yeah, this kind of clay look never gets old. It's always like so satisfying. And especially after I do this a lot, that I just take my sculpt, send it to Cinema4D really quick, just to get an overview of how like the light and shadow actually works on my model. Because sometimes, like you said, right, sometimes you sculpt doodle for an hour and you do stuff that doesn't make any sense, and then you render it and it doesn't work. And I like that I'm able to go like back and forth so easily. Same for those realistic clay looks where you can see fingerprints and stuff. Oh yeah. I really like this ZBrush to Keyshot bridge. You had some really, really cool clays there. Maybe I should set up a good clay texture. That's a good idea. That's a maybe I should set up a clay texture at some point. It's just fun. And then you can just throw it onto your sculpt really quick. Okay, we wanted tusks. Let me do tusks. Probably just go with a spline, Bezier curve. Have a nice curvature for the tusk. And then maybe from the side, then like slightly inwards, not too much. Or maybe curved a little more, stronger. We can play with that, let's see. So then all I need is like a sweep nerp. And then it has to start at a bigger radius and then kind of scale down, like so. Something like this. Caps, yes. I'll check it out. I don't know what kind of YouTube channel you're talking about. Noise graphics? I don't know him, I think. I think we're used to seeing those highly detailed models on digital media, but the clay look makes you think it was done offline. All right. It makes it look more impressive. You come to appreciate the sculpting or the work behind it more, probably. All right, so we have Tusk 1, and I'll just drop it into a symmetry object. And then we can see what we can do with these tusks and how they work. This could be... I actually like that they go to the face, like design-wise, you know, leading the eye to the face again. Something like that, maybe to the eyes. And then maybe a second pair. So let me create a null object inside the symmetry object so I can have two of those. Maybe outwards. The bottom hands could grab them. What do you guys think? Remember, digital art is not real art? Yeah, man. I've been told that a lot. But it's so stupid if you think about it, right? And this is why I love NFTs, or like I love what NFTs have done to like the digital art scene. Because all of a sudden people figure out that, yeah, there's like a bunch of talent and those people have worked like really, really hard to get there to where they are now. Some of them have worked in the industry for decades, creating all these movies and games that we love so much. And you want to tell me that this is not art? Yeah. Yeah, it's both art. There's no better or worse than art. I mean, this is why I was so like disappointed in so many people like from the traditional art world, right? Because especially they should know that art is not about better or worse. Right? It's about what it does to you. It's about the kind of connection you can create with people, about the stories you can tell. It can be political. It can be just for the sake of it. I think we're all creative beings. It's just that usually when we grow up, this kind of creativity is dying. They only think about how many exhibitions you had and what art school you were educated. Yeah, it's crazy, right? They created a system that in itself doesn't really make sense if you really want to have like good art and if you want to create an environment that allows artists to make room for art. Because let's be honest, also art is a job, right? Maybe it starts as a hobby, but damn, it's a lot of time you have to invest if you want to be good. And there's like this and I want to be, I mean good in terms of like technical skills, right? So for me, for example, you can do so much more, and you have so many more opportunities if you actually have the time for art and the time to explore. This is why it's so important to that we create this kind of environment for art to grow. And for people being able to dedicate more time to art. This is also what I love seeing in the NFT scene, right? You see that more and more people are able to spend more time on it because now they can make money off of it. Maybe not much, yeah, and most people and this is how it always has been for art, right? Most people cannot live off of their art. It's a very, very complex game. I don't like the bottom tusk. I like the idea with her having it in her hands, but something about it feels weird, or I couldn't make it work so far. I also feel like, again, I'm spending too much time here without like finding solutions. I like that this is actually floating and you see it, so we have some more negative space here. I don't like what the bottom tusk is doing. Maybe we change it again and also point it up to the face. So we have this kind of these arcs always leading to the eye. They can't even say whether it's good or bad when they just see a picture. Yeah, I've also had like these conversations with like people and galleries and exhibitions, and I expected them to know a lot about art itself and its background, and maybe they have a certain field that they enjoy, they particularly enjoy, you know? Of course, it's not always like that, but there are people who act like that and to make it like very hard. Okay, I think this is something I like. I really like this composition here. There has to happen something down here, but I think if we have later on like cloth hanging down here, then this will become very interesting. I could also make her like a cool necklace or something. Yeah. I really like this. I really like this. Let me also save this Cinema4D file. Save project as. I just call this Tusks. Having a very creative day with names today. I was told exactly that. Don't show me the picture. I need the whole background. Otherwise, I can't decide whether it's art or not. What the fuck? Yeah, crazy. You are only getting the artwork from now on. Yes. That'll be $10 for the idea. Thanks. Okay. So I like the setup. And I think I'm sending this back to ZBrush for now. Yes. So let's just get the Tusks. The Tusks and the camera have done so much, right? It's crazy. What's that? Seems like some teeth from another project I had somewhere. Why is that in here as well? Probably GoZ mixed something up because of the naming. Let me append the Tusks. I have to rotate them. Okay. I thought this was interesting. Maybe, just maybe. This is some kind of teeth. I just moved them over. Maybe we can use them. I don't know. Append the teeth. Let's make them bigger. I don't know. Like, guys, really? This is what I mean by like happy accidents. Like, I got a subtool from another project, accidentally got teeth, and I think this just how can this work so well? Like with the curve and everything. Oh, this looks so cool. Like she has like these really big tusk earrings. And then we have like these huge tusks as well. Where are they? Why can't I see them anymore? I think they got replaced, right? Maybe we have to rename them. Let's call them teeth. Go back here. I pasted them into the wrong file. It was my fault. All right. So now we definitely have a lot of tusks in the scene. You did a great job on the flow. My eyes keep wandering in an 8 pattern. Yeah, right? Thank you. But how can she eat? You know, if you look like that, then people will come to you and spoon feed you. Just because you can. No food needed. It's all on meditation. Okay. I think this is very interesting. We don't have the same camera here. Didn't ZBrush change like its settings and now we have cameras as well? We can store cameras now. I think it's in draw. Yes. can store cameras, and we also have focal length. I think we had 80 in cinema. So maybe that helps to make these like align a little better, at least, to having something like this, or like going to 80. It's a big difference. I like this so much that you can finally do this. I think it's only there for like a year or so. The real Swain man, welcome. How did you append another subtool, if you don't mind showing me? You can load anything into the subtool palette here. And between Cinema4D and ZBrush, I have this Go Z setup. So everything I create in here, let's say I take a sphere and put it over here. I can just send it over with this Go Z tool. Then I have it in my tool palette. Then I just go back to my master file, and then I go to subtool, where I have like my subtool list. Then go to append, and then you can just choose those spheres here. And from Cinema4D, you always have to rotate them 100 degrees. I think we have export and import features down here, but it's only scale and offset and stuff. I think there is still no plus Z, minus Z thingy. I'm not sure, maybe. I'm still doing it by hand. So maybe there's a better option indeed. But the cool thing is that when you load, even when you load like a big scene like this with like multiple subtools, like here, you can still load like another scene that also has like 10 subtools. And then you just pick something. Let's say I create a sphere here in this scene. Now I have a sphere in this scene, but because it's active, I can now move it over. So if I append, I can select the sphere that I've just created in another tool. I think this is like very cool. To just exchange parts, maybe exchange stuff from different sculpts you've done or different projects you've done. You can just save them as a tool and then load them in here. It's very handy. Awesome work. Thank you so much, man. Really enjoying my comfort zone sculpting sessions. I started sculpting because from Hubtour asked me, would it be possible to share like more of the process of sculpting? And I said, yeah, sure, I can do it for like the project, right? The last Hopium project. But then I did it. I was like, this is so much more fun than I expected. I thought it would be more stressful, but it's actually quite relaxing and super fun with you guys. So I think I found something that I really enjoy doing, and I hope I can keep that up. I like it a lot. Okay, but it has to be a single mesh. You cannot import the subtools of the tool. I don't know how it works with folders, to be honest. What you could also do is you could merge. You could go into a scene, merge them all together, merge visible, and create polygroups before, so it's easier to split. So right now, they all have like different polygroups. So if I go here to merge visible, I now have these, or maybe here do an auto groups. Now you have like all these different polygroups. And then you can move that over because it's just one tool. And then you can go to split and split by polygroups, and then he splits it up into polygroups. Then you probably have to like set up the symmetry again, like, you know, deleting parts you don't need because they're symmetrical. But I think this is the fastest way to move like a lot of stuff over. Okay, let's clean this up here. Initialize or reset. So we only have our master file, and let me save here. All right. I'll remove the big tusks for now because when I'm modeling, they will probably, you know, in the way. So let me see what we can do with these. This was a very happy accident here. I really like those. Let's see what we can do with these. I actually like the idea of making it like more tribal looking. What is, there's one teeth down here. Whoop. Maybe we don't need it. Actually, it looks nice when there's something in here. Okay. This has to work somehow. Some kind of arc in here. I don't want to have them just floating. Maybe we can incorporate them into this kind of headdress or whatever it is. Control S is not second nature yet. Sadly, no. I have auto-saving enabled for exactly that reason. I just get lost. I get lost in the process like so easily. I start sculpting and then boom, 4 hours are gone. And it's like, damn, I have to eat something. Like, happens all the time. Yeah, true. If you merge with polygroups, you basically got subtools. Thanks. You're very welcome. It's like these little things. If you worked with a program for a very long time, you probably don't think about that stuff anymore, but I know how much of a lifesaver stuff like this can be. This is why I enjoy so much, like just seeing other people, other artists work, just seeing their workflow, what they do. It's like very little tiny things here and there that really add up. Aliona 3D, welcome. I like your hands. Thank you so much. I struggled with them quite a lot, and I'm thinking of introducing some kind of cloth that kind of wraps around here or just falls on top. But I don't want to go into Marvelous Designer on stream. I'm still a beginner. And yeah, that's cool and that's fine, but I also feel like that on stream there has to be a certain flow. When I did like one of my first stream, I think it was the first or second one, I think I spent an hour in Cinema4D re-topologizing, and then basically everyone was gone. Because yeah, it's repetitive, it's part of the process, right? But it's probably not the most entertaining content. But when I'm just in Cinema and ZBrush, moving back and forth concept stage between ZBrush and Cinema4D, I think this is fun to watch. I would watch it. I'm watching other artists on Twitch, illustrators, and ZBrush as well. So make this look more like it's like a tooth or something. Fair enough, no judgment. Yeah, you do you, man. You do you. Yeah, learning a lot here. Nice. I'm super happy that you. Yeah, I think it's so cool to just like look at somebody else's workflow. It's like a lot of little things that add up. Glad you already learned something. Let me go to my paintbrush again. What about some dark lips? Just the upper lip. Maybe the tusks should be white, or maybe we introduce some color. I don't know. Yeah, fill object, but the eyes have to be dark, I feel. And maybe we draw some eyes. I don't know. I'm postponing my efforts on a project because of the topology work needed on it. I need spirits for it. Okay, wait a second. Summoning my retopology spirits. I hope you got them, man. I hope you got them. I actually like retopology. Oops. I like this one. Maybe it's just like bigger triangles down here. Again, leading to the eyes. You know my trick by now. At that zoom level, she looks like a squid. Yeah, we just have to go for the tusks and just duplicate the tusks and maybe rotate them down. Then we can turn her into a squid queen. Oh wait, nope. What am I doing here? Could also work, but I like the other Tusk setup more, I think. Yeah, I just like how everything flows here. But thanks for the squid. Was not bad. Yeah, Elephant Lady is much better. Blessed. I will attempt it tomorrow. Thank you. You're very welcome. I should create a shop for that. Yeah, that's good, right? Getting some retopo energy just when you need it. A retopo energy drink. Actually, a guy reached out to me for some kind of energy drink. It's like, it's not what I do. Ah, it's too much. But maybe on her neck. Her neck is so slim. Maybe we could use these lines again. Or maybe on purpose against them, right? Like these kind of lines that go through here. Maybe we could break that on purpose. Or maybe I paint on her. And then later on, when we have the necklace kind of breaks these apart. kind of like it. It's like a code, but drawn. Doesn't have to be perfect. We don't have enough topology here, that's why it looked so weird. It's all too much. I don't want too much attention there. Maybe just something subtle. Yeah. Maybe later on, if I decide to push this further, I could like separate these parts and turn this into like a hard surface shell and then have the throat in a separate object. Yeah. Hey guys, try this new drink and smash that like button. That'll be perfect for YouTube as well. And super funny, just for the memes. No, way too busy. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. I like this much more with some nice shadows. Not overdoing things is also something we should try. It's so easy, especially on ZBrush, right? To just add stuff and just more and more and more. But maybe it can be, yeah, it can be very subtle, you know, using this kind of line, creating here and create something at this spot. I don't know. I like this much more than like tons of detail. It's just like super subtle, but I like what it does. Maybe we can repeat that. No. I'll keep it like this for now. All right. Let's not get lost in details. But I feel like this is something that is ready to go to Cinema4D and then render and actually add these cloth, the garments I'm talking about, and maybe some more jewelry or so. Yeah. And it's already 4. What? Almost 4? I already streamed 1.5 hours. Like I said, guys, and like sometimes just time really flies. But this is good. This is a good result for a stream. I'm happy. All right, enough procrastination. Yeah, get at it, man. Have fun. Creating a full character is also quite some pressure, right? It's a lot of work. I actually, I don't know how good you are in ZBrush, but having like smaller projects, I mean, yeah, it's good to at some point start working on full characters and not just do busts. I totally get that. But especially when you're a beginner, I think it's better to have these smaller projects because big projects become overwhelming very fast. And you often want to do like too much. And then it becomes stressful, and then you just procrastinate more and you'll never be done. I've seen this a lot and people also when I was teaching. Yeah, I think I'm happy. That's it for the stream, guys. think that looks good. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop here. And I will see if I'm able to render it later on and post it, or if I do that tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. This was again very, very fun. So I'll be streaming on Wednesday again. And yeah, I'll see if I can finish this one up start of the week. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, have a nice Sunday. And see you next time. Bye.